The Arizona presidential preference election is just a few weeks away, and while it may be just a formality for both President Trump and Joe Biden, there is still plenty of concern about the safety of our elections. Today, the public was invited online to watch Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs inspect and certify the logic and accuracy tests for the August 4th primary elections. The tests are performed before and after each election to ensure the voting equipment and ballots used in the upcoming election are properly working. Security is a major concern this year due to hacking and phishing attacks.
None of the equipment is connected to the internet, so that helps prevent any type of hacking or phishing on our equipment. And that includes the equipment that's out at the vote centers. We don't have any of that connected to the internet. The accessible voting devices aren't connected to the internet.
Now, this year, there will be about 90 Vote Anywhere locations set up throughout Maricopa County. In-person voting for the primaries will start tomorrow, and there will be 2 locations set up.